What if the universe wasn't just a cold, indifferent space, but something alive, pulsating, and, believe it or not, dependent on you? We've been taught since childhood that we are tiny, almost insignificant beings compared to the vastness of the cosmos. But there is another vision, that the universe is not just a backdrop, but rather a mirror, one that reflects our very consciousness. Think of a day when you woke up feeling inspired and energized. Everything seemed to flow, people treated you kindly, opportunities appeared out of nowhere, even the traffic seemed lighter. Now compare it to a day when you were irritated and discouraged. Misunderstandings arose, small problems piled up, and nothing seemed to go right. Coincidence? Or is reality actually reflecting your inner state? That's the question we'll explore together. From Newtonian thinking to quantum physics. For centuries, humanity believed the universe was like a perfect machine, governed by unshakable laws. Isaac Newton's discoveries painted a picture of a clockwork cosmos, predictable, mechanical, and completely independent from us. In this worldview, we were just spectators, watching a predetermined show. But in the 20th century, quantum physics shattered that picture. Scientists discovered that on the subatomic level, reality isn't fixed or solid. In fact, the very act of observation changes the outcome of experiments. The observer is no longer separate from the phenomenon, they are part of it. Think about your phone screen. The content changes depending on how you touch it. It isn't a static machine like an old clock. Instead, it responds to your input in real time. Quantum reality is similar. Your awareness interacts and the universe responds. Ancient wisdom meets modern science. Interestingly, what scientists are only now discovering was already taught thousands of years ago. The ancient sage Hermes Trismegistus wrote, "As above, so below. As within, so without." This phrase suggests a correspondence between the inner and the outer world, between the microcosm and the macrocosm. Picture someone who deeply believes they are destined to fail. They move through life timidly, avoiding opportunities, unconsciously pushing away those who could help them. Their inner conviction turns into their outer reality. Now imagine that same person shifts their self-image. They begin to carry themselves differently, radiate new confidence, and doors open as if by magic. It's not magic at all, it's reflection. The universe mirrors what we project. The role of the observer. One of the most famous discoveries in quantum mechanics is the double-slit experiment. It showed that particles of light behave either like particles or like waves, depending on whether they are being observed. In other words, reality itself seems to wait for our consciousness to decide what it will become. In practical terms, this happens to us daily. Imagine you decide you want a particular car. Suddenly, you start seeing that model everywhere, on the street, in parking lots, even in commercials. The car was always there, but your awareness hadn't been tuned to it. This is the observer effect in everyday life. What you focus on becomes more visible, more present in your world. The quantum field and infinite possibilities. Dr. Joe Dispenza describes the quantum field as a space of infinite potential. Imagine countless versions of yourself already exist. One is healthy and thriving, another is trapped in limitations, another is traveling the world and living fully. Every version is possible. Which version becomes your reality depends on the frequency of your emotions. Emotions are magnets. Live in fear, and life will provide experiences that validate that fear. Live in gratitude, and life will deliver more reasons to be grateful. Here's an exercise. Close your eyes and imagine 3 possible futures for yourself. Pay attention to which one fills you with the most joy or excitement. That emotion is the signal, your compass, pointing to the timeline most aligned with who you truly are. What defines our timeline? Neville Goddard, a mystic of the 20th century, shared a profound teaching: assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. In other words, don't just desire something, live as though it's already real inside of you. Take someone who wants to change careers. If they constantly repeat, "I can't," their reality will mirror that belief. But if they begin to close their eyes, see themselves in their new role, feel the joy of that fulfilled dream, and act accordingly, the universe responds. Their inner state commands a new outer reflection, reality as a mirror. The universe is the most perfect mirror. Smile, and the mirror smiles back. Show its sadness, and sadness is what returns. The mirror doesn't judge, it simply reflects. Try this experiment. Spend one day deliberately smiling at strangers. Watch how often they smile back. That's not coincidence. It's a direct demonstration of how reality reflects who you are being in each moment. Life as a game and an experience. What if life is like a virtual reality game? To fully immerse yourself, you agree to forget that it's only a game. That's why challenges and hardships feel so real. They're meant to. But in this perspective, difficulties aren't punishments. They're part of the adventure. Every obstacle is a mission, a puzzle, a lesson designed to expand you. So, next time you face hardship, ask yourself, what is this challenge trying to teach me? That single shift can turn suffering into growth, free will, and conscious creation. Here's the beautiful part. The universe never imposes. It respects your free will completely. Every thought, every word, every action is like a seed planted in the quantum field. Try this practice. For 1 week, choose 3 moments each day to act differently from your usual autopilot. If you normally react with anger, pause and breathe. If you usually criticize, offer encouragement instead. If you interrupt, choose to listen. At the end of the week, notice how the world begins to subtly respond to your new state of being. The challenge of suffering. If reality reflects us, why do we suffer? Often, suffering is the echo of unconscious beliefs and unhealed patterns. Someone who constantly thinks nothing ever works out for me unknowingly creates that very experience. The way out begins with awareness. Identify one limiting belief you carry. Replace "I don't deserve" with "I am worthy of good things." Then start looking for small pieces of evidence each day that prove this new belief true. Over time, your subconscious reprograms, and the mirror of the universe changes accordingly. The transformation of perspective. There's a story called Acres of Diamonds. A man sold his land to go searching for wealth elsewhere. Later, the new owner discovered the soil was filled with diamonds. The moral? We often look outside for what is already within us. Here's a practical step. Write down your current skills, resources, and relationships. Ask yourself, how can I use these creatively? You may realize the treasure you've been seeking has been right under your feet all along, aligning inner and outer worlds. The secret is alignment. You can't long for abundance while constantly dwelling on lack. The subconscious mind is like fertile soil. Whatever seeds you plant repeatedly, whether fear or faith, will grow. A simple yet powerful practice is a 10-minute morning routine. Spend 3 minutes breathing deeply to calm your mind. Spend 4 minutes visualizing your goals as already accomplished. Spend the last 3 minutes choosing one practical action for the day. This harmony of intention and action creates coherence between your inner and outer reality. Conclusion: the path to freedom. In the end, it all comes down to choice. How do you choose to present yourself to the universe? The mirror doesn't create the image. It reflects what you show it. You are the master of your destiny, the captain of your soul. Begin small. Pick one practice, smiling more, visualizing, or replacing one limiting belief, and commit to it for 21 days. Watch as the mirror of the universe begins to shift. Because the universe is not something separate from you. It is your consciousness, reflected back in infinite forms. If this message resonated with you, and you want to keep diving deeper into the mysteries of the mind, the heart, and the universe, make sure to subscribe to The Healing Vibe. Here, you'll find inspiration, wisdom, and practices that can help you transform your inner world, and by doing so, transform your outer reality. Don't just watch the universe happen. Step into your power. Create it.